And the holiday season is here, and this year, holiday spending is expected to hit a new record. While it's a time for joy and giving, criminals are working overtime.
Yeah, which totally sucks, but that is the reality. Texas is ranked 4th in the nation when it comes to holiday crime. Crime Stopper CEO Rania Mankarious is here with her tips to help us stay safe, avoid theft, holiday scams, which just, I mean, the holidays are stressful enough, Rania, but then if you become a victim of a crime,
I know.
Texas, why is it so bad here?
We're number 4, and we're huge. So let's just keep that into perspective. We're a big state, but the reality is during the holiday season, as we're out shopping and looking for gifts and putting all this time into it, there are thieves out there that are looking to steal from stores or steal from you in person or online, which is why we just want to take a moment to talk about this so we can kind of pause and reset and be mindful whether we're parking our car running errands, whether we're shopping in the mall, or whether we're online. And these are important conversations for us, for our elderly parents, and for our teens.
It's so true. I mean, with my mom in town, I'm like, Mom, do not answer your door to strangers when they're selling you a new sprinkling system. So we got a lot to cover today. Let's just talk about jugging. Because Brandon just mentioned holiday shopping records. The average American is expected to spend about $900, which to me seems like an astronomical amount. Jugging. This is a very common crime, typically involving an ATM.
Yes, and it's very common in Houston, unfortunately. But basically, you're going to the bank to withdraw money. Somebody's waiting in the parking lot to watch you, and then as soon as you leave, they will follow you. We've seen people get followed for over an hour, and then they're robbed as soon as they get out of their car. So we want you to be cautious, to be mindful, careful, alert. Don't linger in your car, but also keep your head on a swivel. Know if somebody's following you as you pull out, and then if you feel like you're being followed, go to a police station.
And you want to have that situational awareness. You want to know what's going on. You want to kind of like look over your shoulder and you know, maybe not go through a drive-through ATM, go inside the branch and just be aware.
But you know what? It's not about being paranoid too, because I have to tell myself, don't be paranoid. The world is a great, kind place, but you do have to be aware, because guess what? A criminal, it takes them 7 seconds to determine if you're a good target.
Wow.
7 seconds. So you want in that time to present that you are aware, you know what's going on, you know where you're going, and you're going to watch. You're going to know if somebody's targeting you. So situational awareness is key, whether you're in the mall. We know that not school, thank God we're not talking about school. Mall shootings and other activities, these things happen. We had over 600 cases in the last year. We know that people are shopping and looking to steal from stores and also to potentially steal from you. So we want you to be really careful and cognizant when you're out and about.
Is it true, Rania, that a perpetrator decides if you are an easy target within 7 seconds of seeing you?
7 seconds.
Okay, so that is, what would be an indication of an easy target? Because I see people out looking at their phones constantly. That's a big one, right?
It is, but also I hate sort of that thing of put your phones away, because it's not fair. We live in a tech-driven world and we have a lot to do. So use your phone, but you can also use it as a tool. Be on your phone, but be really mindful of your surroundings. You know, I always tell women, carrying a bag, of course we have stuff to carry, we all have stuff to carry, but you know, don't overpack it with stuff that you don't need. I've gone shopping before for the holidays in preparation for a trip and realized, wait a minute, I have my kids' passports in my bag. I don't need to have my passport. So kind of declutter, carry what you need to carry, do what you're going to do, but be really, really cognizant of your surroundings. This is going to be the theme all season. Be cognizant of your surroundings. And I will say, if somebody approaches you to steal from you, let them have it. Let them have it. But if you're walking in a park or going home and you know that they're attacking you for another reason, you fight for your life.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to fight and you're going to do whatever you have to do.
And so jugging, we mentioned, you know, leaving the ATM, but also leaving the stores and the parking lots being followed. Tell us, like, how can you can look over your shoulder, but what do you do?
My gosh.
You can't go to a police station in a parking lot.
You know, this conversation has changed so much for me because now I have young drivers, and it's like I'm breathing into a brown paper bag most days as I'm going to run an errand, Mom. I'm like, oh, I can't handle it. But you know what? We're going to go back to the basics. You want to park in well-lit spaces. You want to be mindful. Again, be alert when you go in and out of your car. Don't dilly-dally. Don't sit there and linger. Don't put valuables in your car where they're easily exposed. And again, if you feel like you're leaving the parking lot and you are being followed, go to a police station. So it goes this whole notion goes back to the question, do you know where a local police station is? I can't tell you, most people don't. And I didn't until I started to do this, and I realized it's probably good to know where a local police storefront is, just in case I need to go, or I go straight to the security in the mall or wherever shopping area I'm in. But it really depends on you being vigilant.
Yeah, vigilant always. A couple more quick points before the break. So in-store shopping, it's weird to think that there are people surrounding you who are also out shopping who are thinking about stealing from you. So just be aware of your surroundings if you're being followed. Also, online holiday shopping, billions of dollars in holiday sales. How can you avoid being scammed online?
Yeah, so we're going to spend about $980 to $990 billion this holiday season, $300 billion online. Be cautious. Be calm. 73% of people say Black Friday, if it's a good deal, I'm clicking, I'm not authenticating, I am shopping. We want you to check your credit card statements. We don't want you to use a public Wi-Fi server. And then, know where you're shopping. I'll tell you, I'm one of those that I see the good ad and I'm like, oh, I need this for my puppies. And then I order it, and 6 months later, I'm like, I never got that. I don't even know where I was. I don't know what I clicked on. So be slow and cautious when you're shopping, and be mindful of where deliveries are taking place, because you don't want those lingering in front of your house.
Yeah, sitting on your doorstep, those porch pirates, they are in full force. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, how to approach these safety tips with your teens, very important, plus a brand new resource that could help parents and teens navigate these tips together. We'll be back with CEO of Crime Stoppers, Rania Mankarious, right after this. Don't go away.
And we are back with Rania Mankarious, CEO of Crime Stoppers of Houston. Before the break, we discussed holiday safety tips.
Yes, and depressing but true. We have an issue here in Texas. Those tips, by the way, don't just apply to adults. While the kids are off for Thanksgiving, this is a time to be mindful, to have these conversations. What about rideshare? So Uber, Lyft, all of these things. A lot of people take rideshare and they don't even think about their safety, but things can go wrong.
Absolutely. So you want to sit diagonally behind the driver. You want to keep your mind and your eyes and ears peeled to what's going on. You want to make sure you verified name, license plate, that you're getting into the right car. That, you know what? No one thinks about this, but I find it odd. Make sure you can unlock the door if you have to. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a ride
Child lock.
And I'm like, I can't, if I needed to, I can't even get out of this car. And just be, of course, aware of your surroundings, your bags. Don't leave anything. Don't leave a child behind. You get out and start carrying your stuff and you've left a child behind.
And share your location. There's that feature now.
Absolutely.
Share your Uber location. Brandon and I do that.
All the time. And, again, you want to be mindful of a driver, and I've seen this happen where they end the ride while you're in the car. Then you're in danger, and you want to immediately have a plan of action.
Yeah. We often will have the driver drop us off sometimes around the corner, just so they don't know exactly
where you live. It's so smart. But, again, it's not about being paranoid. It's just about being public safety minded in all you do. And you'll never regret doing that. That's what we always say.
Home security is a big one, too, because it's a big travel day today. Throughout this week, people will be traveling, of course, during Christmas and Hanukkah. A lot of people just leave their house and post, here I go on vacation.
Roll out the front door with your luggage.
You're essentially advertising that you're leaving town.
Yeah.
This is not a good idea.
Yeah, but at the same time, Derek, and I'll say this, Brandon, to everybody, we do live in a digital world. And so can we really tell people never post when you go on vacation? It's not real advice that they can use. So what we want to do instead, if you can withhold posting, that's great. But if you can't, make sure your house is well lit. You've told local police that you're traveling. Sometimes they have a vacation patrol where they'll watch your house, make sure there's no packages being delivered and sitting at the front door. Alarm is on, and if the alarm were to go off, you don't want it to call the house where nobody's there, because most people have their alarm set to call the home. Have it call your cell phone or another person that can answer that. And surveillance video, even if you have to put a fake camera out. It doesn't always work, but it's another layer of this house might not be an easy target.
Yeah, and we'll leave the TV on.
Yes, it's a great thing to do.
Our TV is always always on. Let's talk about this resource you have, Teen Safety and Tug Journal.
Yeah.
This is something you created. What is it?
So, I've been at Crime Stoppers forever, but I'm also a mom of 3, and I'm raising them in the digital world, and I keep craving real tools for them, and I talk to them constantly and their friends constantly. I'm talking to their friends' parents constantly, and I wanted to create a resource that would go with them and give them safety tips, online safety tips wherever they were, something that was interactive. And journaling, as I've learned from my girls, is a very popular tool. They can unplug, they can share their feelings, and they can get grounded in something other than technology. And so the journal has line pages with safety tips from me throughout, about passwords, about sharing location, about talking to your family, about your family values and what you believe in, about how you're going to handle things like strangers and other things online. And then weekly check-ins. My daughter wrote a whole section about, how are you doing at school? How are things after school? Friends, extracurricular activities, schoolwork, etc. It's a living, breathing journal to help them navigate staying safe online. And we did 3 versions, and it's available on Amazon. My girls inspired it.
And it helps start the conversation too between parents and young people, because oftentimes a lot of parents don't know how to start that conversation.
Yeah, and we're adults, we're navigating this world, but we don't think about our teens are also navigating this world, and they are the most vulnerable.
Absolutely. The best thing I heard was, while kids are tech savvy and internet savvy for sure, they outsmart us. They don't have as much experience with people, which is why they're so ripe for scamming, and they're so ripe for entering dangerous things. So this is every day I'm with them, giving them a little positive safety nudge, some pockets of gratitude, ways to talk about what they feel with themselves, with their families, with younger siblings. It's hopefully going to wrap them and engulf them, keep them safe.
It's such a good point. And the life experience, too, that they're lacking. We have probably 30 seconds. Let's talk about teens and holiday shopping, because a lot of young people, you want to allow your teen to buy something online. They are being targeted as well.
Absolutely. Teens under 19 in 2021 lost over $101 million to scams. That's just what was reported. We want to make sure that they're aware, again, fake websites, counterfeit sites, deals that are too good to be true. They're mindful of where they're putting your money and their money and who they're sharing information with.
Very important. Rania Mankarious, CEO of Crime Stoppers Houston, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too, and to your daughter Evelyn, who's in the 8th grade. We're glad you're in studio today as well. A lot of great info. I know it's maybe overload, but it is so important to ask this busy season, or as this busy season kicks into high gear. So if you missed anything, we have linked everything you need to know. You just visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and look for that scene on Houston Life section.